We have Amanda next, Jordan, right?
Yes, we do. So, we talked earlier in the 8 o'clock hour about how to transition into the new normal once the pandemic is now shifting dramatically. But right now, as we, end one sort of, I guess, pandemic, we're dealing now with different issues out there, specifically, of course, the Russia and Ukraine crisis out there. And also a lot of people still dealing with a lot of issues, sort of just having to live life here. So we got Amanda Gibson from the Counseling Collab here in Sacramento to give us some helpful tips. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning.
Again, the pandemic is quickly shifting down, but now people are sort of entering the world with multiple layers of crisis, not just out in Russia and Ukraine, but even trying to pay their bills or with rising prices. How do we deal with all of this coming at once?
That's a great question. I'm so glad that you're wanting to bring this up because there is a layering effect with crisis and trauma, and all of this brings up trauma symptoms for people depending on what we've been through in the past, what our life experiences, maybe what generation we grew up in. For many young people, this is the first time they might be grappling with something like this that's so confusing and complex with what's happening on the global stage. Mm-hmm. So it does bring up the fact that we're in one traumatic experience and now we're layering another one on. So we can see more challenging symptoms with post-traumatic stress disorder, for example. So you may be noticing you're having a little trouble sleeping, digesting food, sticking to your normal routine as you try to keep up with what's going on in the news. And it can be very, very stressful for all of us to layer that on. And then, like you said, other people might have other things going on in their life that is more close to home, survival stress. How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to stay afloat during this? And what does this all mean for our community here in Sacramento?
Yes, all a challenging time, but there is hope. And you've laid out 4 easy and simple tips that can all help everyone, no matter what stage they're dealing with, right?
Yes. So I think it's really important to stay connected to your own humanity and the humanity of others, and realize that whether you're in Ukraine or you're here in Sacramento or Russia, you want to harmoniously coexist with other human beings. All human beings want that. And so it's important to focus on that for yourself and when you think of others who might be going through a crisis. Another thing that's helpful when it comes to our thought process is to avoid binary thinking, meaning if we only look at things as good versus evil or us versus them, that's when we get disconnected from our humanity. So it's really important to find the both and acknowledge what's going on for you and for others across the globe.
Mm-hmm. And it's important. I know there's a lot of information going around out there. And you said you got to be very diligent on making sure that you get the right information and allowing what you need to know to impact you, right?
Exactly. So, it's important to have the facts about what's going on in the news, have a reliable news source, but have someone to process it with. Mm-hmm. A lot of us are sitting there scrolling on social media, getting image after image of really hard things. And social media scrolling can lead to numbness, avoidance, and distraction, which are all things that happen when we're coping with trauma. And what we need to also realize is that we have mirror neurons, and mirror neurons are what help us have empathy and connect to other humans. So if I'm seeing a really tragic story or image on the news and I don't take time to check in with my emotions, it's going to come out somewhere. Right, I might be irritable. I might, have trouble sleeping if I watch it close to going to bed. So it's really important that we process the emotions that we're experiencing when we're taking in the news and that we talk to someone about it.
And Amanda, we're sort of short on time here. Your 4th was to take positive action to stay connected to the community. Now, Amanda is part of the Counseling Collab right here in Sacramento. And if you are out there and you may need some of their service or curious about how they can help you, we have all that information up on our screen to help everyone sort of get through all the changes that we've been dealing with. So, Amanda, thanks for being with us through this entire time, and we shall see you sometime soon again.
I hope so. Have a great day.
You too.
as well.
Thank you so much.